In our politics lead, January 6 convicted rioters now pardoned as a result of President Trump, including those convicted of violently assaulting police and destroying property during the Capitol attack. Let's bring in former officer Michael Fanone, a former Metropolitan Police Department police officer who defended the U.S. Capitol on January 6. Michael, your reaction to these sweeping pardons of January 6 rioters, including those who attacked police, including yourself?
I mean, it's outrageous, but not surprising. I mean, if we rewind to the beginning of Donald Trump's candidacy for the office of the President of the United States, which he announced in Waco, Texas, the scene of a violent confrontation between members of the American extremist movement and law enforcement, in which law enforcement officers lost their lives. He's been promising these pardons since day one. And so the American people should be well aware, or should have been well aware, that this was coming. And they ultimately own this decision and these pardons.
Do you fear that any of these freed criminals might now attempt retribution?
I don't fear it, but I anticipate it. I expect that individuals who were pardoned by the president and others who were emboldened by the presidential pardons of these violent criminals will eventually attack me or members of my family physically.
Yeah, you've previously mentioned how you and your family received threats. Have you had to seek any protective orders or anything?
So today I went to the Prince William County Courthouse in Virginia, near where I live, to seek protective orders against the individuals, 5 of whom pled guilty to assaulting me, who were pardoned by Donald Trump and released from prison last night and this morning. It's a process. I don't know if I'll be able to obtain those protective orders because there is a timeliness factor. And obviously this assault occurred 4 years ago. But I feel it's, my responsibility to do everything that I can to protect my family and myself.
What is your message to the congressional lawmakers who either support these pardons or immediately change the subject to the Biden family pardons or whatever?
I don't have anything to say to them. I mean, if there's one thing that I've learned over the past 4 years, Jake, it's that politicians are going to politic. I mean, if it wasn't such an immediate threat to me and my family, it would be amusing to watch these guys dance around the reality of the fact that Donald Trump pardoned violent criminals who viciously assaulted police officers, myself included, for simply doing their job on January 6th. I mean, I heard your earlier guest who said that the homeland is now safer, that these individuals have been released. I would ask him to take a moment and reflect on the absolute ridiculousness of that statement. But, again, politicians are going to politic. And at the end of the day, the American people do not care. They voted for Donald Trump. Many chose not to vote, which was the moral equivalent of allowing Donald Trump to hold the office. And so here we are.
Have you spoken with any of the other officers who endured what you went through or who were injured on January 6th about these pardons?
Yeah, I really don't talk to very many police officers these days, Jake, but I did reach out to a close friend of mine who's still on the job with DC Police. And unfortunately, his response was not really what I wanted to hear. It was that most officers are indifferent to these pardons, and they're more concerned with the extra long hours that they've had to work in relation to the inaugural balls, as well as tending to the January 6th insurrectionists who are being released from DC jail. So yeah, indifference all around.
We're not indifferent here. Former MPD officer Michael Fanone, thank you so much, sir. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.